Imagine a weapon that costs less than a used Honda Civic. Not $50,000, not $10,000, $500. Fiberglass, a Chinese motor, a GPS module you can buy on Alibaba. Now imagine that same $500 weapon flying toward a US Navy destroyer, a $2 billion warship with 96 vertical launch cells, each carrying a missile that costs between $2 and $4 million per round. The destroyer detects the drone. The Aegis combat system calculates a firing solution. The order comes down. A missile leaves the cell. $4 million. The drone is destroyed. $500. And in the smoke, somewhere in the Pentagon, a comptroller does the only math that matters anymore. $4 million to kill $500. Then the second drone appears. Then the third. Not in theory, not on paper. In the Red Sea, in the Persian Gulf, in the skies over Ukraine, right now. This is the drone shield math problem, and it is the single most urgent strategic question facing the United States military. Not whether our technology is superior, but whether our checkbook can survive winning. Let me show you why. In February of 2024, a US Navy destroyer in the Red Sea engaged a wave of Houthi attack drones over the course of a single afternoon. The destroyer launched SM-2 missiles, each round costing roughly $2.1 million. It launched SM-6 missiles, each round between $3.9 and $4.3 million. It fired ESSM Sea Sparrows. It deployed its close-in weapon system, the Phalanx CIWS, spitting tungsten projectiles at 4,500 rounds per minute. By the end of the engagement, the destroyer had expended more than 20 surface-to-air missiles. The drones it destroyed, Iranian-designed Houthi-modified Shahed variants, cost an estimated $20,000 to $50,000 each. The math is not close. The exchange rate was roughly 100 to 1. This is not a failure of technology. Every interceptor found its target. Every drone was destroyed. That is the trap. The system works, and working is what makes it unsustainable. The US military has spent 7 decades building the world's most sophisticated air defense architecture. The Patriot system, the Aegis combat system, the Terminal High Altitude Area Defense, the Iron Dome, co-developed with Israel. Each of these systems is a miracle of engineering. A Patriot PAC-3 MSE interceptor, the most advanced variant, costs approximately $4 million per round. It uses hit-to-kill technology, meaning it destroys its target by physically colliding with it at supersonic speeds. It can intercept ballistic missiles, it can intercept cruise missiles, it can intercept aircraft, and it can intercept a $500 quadcopter. That is not a design flaw, that is a category error. The drone doesn't need to beat the Patriot. The drone just needs to exist in enough numbers that the Patriot runs out of interceptors before the adversary runs out of drones. This is the attrition calculus. Industrial capacity isn't a statistic, it's a weapon. Consider the production math. The United States produces roughly 500 Patriot PAC-3 MSE interceptors per year. That number is climbing. Lockheed Martin has expanded production lines in Camden, Arkansas, with a target of 650 annually. But even at that elevated rate, a single week of high-intensity drone attacks could burn through months of production. The adversary does not face this constraint. The Shahed 136, the Iranian loitering munition that has become the drone swarm's workhorse, is manufactured at a rate estimated to exceed 2,000 units per month. The production facility in Isfahan uses commercial components, fiberglass airframes, moped engines. The supply chain does not depend on rare earth minerals or precision machined alloys. It depends on the global market for lawnmower parts. This isn't an arms race, it's a factory race, and the factory with the simpler product wins. But here is what adversaries are scrambling to counter, and what changes the math entirely: directed energy. The US Navy has already deployed the HELIOS laser system aboard USS Preble, an Arleigh Burke-class destroyer. HELIOS, high-energy laser with integrated optical dazzler and surveillance, is a 60-kilowatt solid-state laser. It does not fire a missile, it fires light. The cost per shot is not $4 million. It is not $4,000. It is the cost of the electricity required to charge the capacitors, roughly 59 cents per engagement. Against a drone swarm, the math flips. A $500 drone destroyed by a 59-cent laser pulse. Suddenly, the adversary is the one bleeding money. But HELIOS has limits. Atmospheric conditions degrade the beam. Dust, humidity, sea spray. The engagement window is shorter than a kinetic interceptor's. And 60 kilowatts, while sufficient for small drones, is not yet powerful enough to defeat larger, faster threats at range. The Army's indirect fire protection capability, high energy laser, or IFPC-HEL, is a 300 kilowatt system mounted on a truck. It is designed to defeat drone swarms, rockets, artillery, and mortars. It works, but there are fewer than a dozen prototypes in existence. Scaling to fleet-wide deployment will take a decade. In the gap between now and then, the math problem gets worse. Because drones are getting cheaper faster than interceptors are getting cheaper. A Shahed 136 in 2022 cost roughly $20,000. By 2026, the unit cost had fallen below $10,000. The next generation, smaller, faster, swarming, is projected below $5,000. The cost curve for interceptors does not bend down. The SM-6 costs more today than it did 5 years ago. The Patriot PAC-3 MSE costs more today than it did 5 years ago. These are not commodities. They are bespoke aerospace platforms with suppliers in 48 states and lead times measured in years. The most important weapon system the Department of Defense has ever deployed isn't a missile or a laser or a 6th-generation fighter. It's the production line. And right now, the production line is losing. This is why the Pentagon's Replicator initiative, announced in 2023, accelerated in 2025, represents the most significant strategic shift in American defense procurement since the Reagan buildup. Replicator's premise is simple: field thousands of attritable autonomous systems across all domains within 18 to 24 months. Attritable means you can lose them, not expendable. That implies disposable. Attritable means the platform is valuable enough to use and cheap enough to lose without altering the strategic calculus. The initiative is designed to answer the drone swarm problem by creating an American drone swarm, a layered defense of cheap sensors, cheap interceptors, and cheap attack drones that can absorb the attrition instead of forcing billion-dollar destroyers to do it. Replicator has already fielded systems. The Roadrunner, developed by Anduril, is a jet-powered vertical takeoff interceptor that can launch, loiter, engage a drone, and, if no target is found, land vertically and be reused. Unit cost is classified but estimated below $100,000. That is not $500, but it is also not $4 million. Against a $20,000 Shahed, the exchange ratio drops from 100 to 1 to 5 to 1. That is not victory, but it is the difference between bleeding out in hours and bleeding out in years. The Roadrunner is not the answer. It is the shape of the answer. A weapon that costs less than the thing it kills, that can be built faster than the adversary can adapt, that does not require a supply chain stretching across 2 oceans and 17 congressional districts. The lesson of Ukraine is not that drones beat tanks. The lesson of Ukraine is that industrial throughput beats technological superiority when the fight lasts longer than the stockpile. This is the drone shield math problem in its simplest form. A $500 drone against a $4 million interceptor is not a battle. It is a bankruptcy. The side that goes broke first loses, and the United States military, for all its technological dominance, is currently spending $100 for every dollar its adversaries spend. That is not sustainable. That is not a strategy. That is a countdown. The laser is coming. The Roadrunner is coming. Replicator is delivering. But the gap between what we can build and what we need to build is measured in years, and the drones are not waiting. This is DIB Dispatch, where billion-dollar projects meet battlefield reality. Type lasers or swarm in the comments. There's no right answer.